This video will quickly cover the information on the tax detail tab. This one, again, very similar to the distribution detail, is where all of the calculations are happening for tax purposes. This again is something that you probably don't want to show your clients, and most likely not something that you even want to spend any time in. Again, it is where the tax calculations happen, so we thought we would at least put a little bit of information here, so if you wanted to take a look at it, you would be able to somewhat understand it. The setup for this is much similar to the distribution detail, to where we've got the income sources here on the left, year by year, selecting each of the different types of income sources, and then coming down to our income less any deductions that we get for contributing to a qualified plan, our standard deduction. These are all calculated based on the current standard deduction. The standard deduction, as you can see, will continue to be inflation adjusted. This $24,800 is the amount that will be the standard deduction for 2020, so we're using that for the current year. Coming to the taxable income and then going through these calculations to get our income tax for the year. Here are the income tax brackets, and then this here will show you which brackets the income is in and finishing in. So for instance, this person here has a marginal tax bracket of 22%, where their last dollar is being taxed in the 22% tax bracket. We're not figuring in any capital gains or any AMT taxes or anything like that. We're just looking straight at income taxes. And so you'll see here, again, it's figuring the 22% tax bracket, and it's also figuring the effective tax rate, which is basically your average tax that you're paying based on the income and the amount of taxes that you're paying. Most people are more familiar with the marginal tax bracket, the marginal tax rate. That again is the highest tax bracket that you're in with your last dollar. It will go through and do the Social Security computations for you. To see that, we have another tab that has that detail if you're interested in showing your clients that don't understand how Social Security benefits are taxed. I would suggest that you use that versus coming here to the detail. This here will also be included in the printout that shows how far into a certain tax bracket you are, how far it is to the next tax bracket and the following tax bracket. The purpose of that will be to maybe do some planning for doing some not necessary rollovers, but rollouts, taking money from a tax deferred situation, paying the tax, rolling it into a Roth type vehicle, a tax-free vehicle that allows us to be able to get ourselves out of taxable situations. And then the final part of this is the blue part here is the calculations for the state income taxes. Again, this is a lot of information, a lot of detail, not necessarily something that you want to spend any time in, but if you ever have interest in seeing how that's working, that's what this tab is for.